world, why do I need to go to a fake one? You know what I mean, to do everything. But you got to understand, this technology is going to advance. So right now, it's a virtual reality headset. But eventually, that's going to turn into, it might turn into like some eye contact shit. You just put an eye contact in, you can get on the metaverse. But then eventually, guess what it's going to turn to? The chip in the forehead, right? And what is it going to turn to? It might, if you got a real world, why do I need to go to a fake one? You know what I mean, to do everything. But you got to understand, this technology is going to advance. So right now, it's a virtual reality headset. But eventually, that's going to turn to, it might turn to like some eye contact shit. You just put an eye contact in, you can get on the metaverse. But then eventually, guess what it's going to turn to? The chip in the forehead, right?
Today we put the Mojo lens.
Okay, shalom, shalom. Brother Kadash, want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kadash. What you seen first was that video. It was a past video, pretty much of me prophesying. You know, that's when the whole virtual reality thing was going on, which has been popping up, and you know, it gets popular and then it dies down a little bit. Then there's talks, right? But I think it was with a headset called Alchemist. But there's different brands, right? And we were kind of prophesying on that. It's called Live 150 Years in the Alchemist. It's a video on my channel on virtual reality. And I was prophesying that the headsets that they had that you got to put on the big clunky glasses is eventually going to turn to like a contact lens, which is pretty much what you're about to see right here. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. There was an elder, and I was watching his video, and he was going in on this whole, this is what introduced me to the Mojo lens, or the Mojo eye lens, vision eye, whatever they call it, right? But we was already talking about it in the past, so it's just showing you that the prophecies will be fulfilled, right? And now, they had already been working on this thing for years, of course, but I had never seen it. So just putting a little disclaimer of it out there, you know. But I did say, as you see earlier in this video, I did say, look, it could turn into something as a contact lens. So if that's true, and that's been prophesied, and that's coming true, and we're seeing that right before our eyes, what did I say after that? I said then eventually it's going to turn to the chip in the head. So we right around the corner, man. That should give brothers hope to know that we're right around the corner from them coming with that chip, the MOTB. You know, read Revelation 13. You know, 2 Corinthians chapter 11. You know, we are not, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So this is their devices that they're coming with. They're coming with it from every different angle, man. They're gonna. This is why it's gonna be so tempting. Just like in the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 7 with the 7 brothers. You know, they were trying to tempt them to eat the swine. They did it by force in different ways. And then eventually with the last brother, the king was trying to give him all the riches. You know, and this is how he's coming at this thing for every way because he has an agenda. So let's let this play.
On my eye, tested it, and it worked. It is a historic moment for Mojo.
He said he tested it and it worked.
We wore the first feature-complete prototype of our Mojo lens on eye, and so a lot has happened from a technology perspective, and from an engineering and development perspective, and a clinical perspective to bring it all together into this one product.
We actually wore on eye a contact lens that represents the prototype of product, something that has all the features in it that we think is important for product, from the display to the motion tracking and so on.
If you take kind of our display technology, I mean, we are kind of way ahead.
And who's always there? It's always Esau and his right-hand man, Moab. See, this is a world agenda, man. This is a new world order. These nations are working together, man. The Lord has to put the spirit on these nations to get World War III popping, to shoot nuclear missiles on each other, because they don't want to do it. They scared, man. Russia don't want to go to World War III. That's why it's taking so long to happen. But we know on a spiritual level, all the prophecies are set for a certain time. But that's why the Lord has to put the hooks in Russia's jaw, Gog and Magog jaw, to get this thing popping. The Lord has to put the spirit on these nations to get to, you know, pretty much to fulfill these prophecies. Because they're working together, man. They trying to come up with a new world order because they have to advance this technology, and they want to merge humans with AI technology. They want to create superhumans. They created a space force already. They want to put weapons of mass destruction in space, right? Because they want to get prepared for that war against the Lord. They read Revelation chapter 12. They read Revelation chapter 19. They know the Lord is coming back, and they know he's coming back to take his rulership back over the earth, right? And put his people in rulership, the Israelites. They know who the Israelites is, and they want to get prepared to defend what pretty much their kingdom. They want to fight the Lord for it, but they know that they have to advance their technology. They have to advance their weapons. They have to get more control of the people in order to put together the best fight against the Lord. See, them fighting against the Lord, that's number one on their list, man. That's the number one thing on their list, because they feel like if they could defeat the Lord, then they're going to be the gods of this earth. And they're going to be able to reign forever. Because all Esau's trying to do, which goes back to the promise, his promise was of him having a kingdom, which is similar to Jacob's, but Jacob's is going to last forever, and his brother, which is Esau, is going to bow down to him, right? They want to have that promise, so they're trying to create the promises that are in store for the Israelites in the kingdom. They're trying to create them for themselves, but in a carnal way. And this is what you see right here. Well, we gonna have this technology too, but we're gonna have it spiritually. We're gonna be able to have these abilities, just like the Lord really had these abilities, right? But they're trying to create it with their technology, which is in a carnal, physical way. Let's let this play.
Ahead of everybody else. We can say the same thing about the wireless radio. We can say the same thing about eye tracking. These are individual pieces of technology that is very unique to us.
I think what I'm most proud of in this achievement is that we've demonstrated a whole new user interface, a whole new way of controlling content and getting access to information by just using your eyes, being able to use your eyes to...
Look at that. It was telling you the distance, how fast it was moving, just with a contact lens. Just imagine that, right? And this is why it's going to be so tempting. The elder, he was breaking that down about how tempting it's going to be, the temptation. You're going to see a lot of men fold when they start coming with this stuff, man, because it's really like godlike power. Just imagine having one of these lenses in, or two, right? And you getting on the basketball field or the basketball court, right? And you out there shooting like Steph Curry. Shit, it's telling you the distance you are from the rim. It's telling you how much power you need to put in the shot. Shit, it may even have like arrows, like an arc leading from your eye to the rim, and all you got to do is shoot the ball on that arch, and it's going, and then it's going to tell you, look, you shot that ball that with that power at that strength at that distance with that arc, you got an 80% chance of making a shot. You got a 90% chance of making a shot. Kind of like a shot meter on 2K. So just imagine that. That's like godlike power. You might be shooting better than Steph Curry. You might get on a football field. You can calculate how fast somebody is running towards you, or how fast the ball, or how high the ball, or where the ball's going to land exactly at. You know, so that's like godlike power, and they're creating these things. Why? Because 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, they sit in the temple of God, showing themselves to be God. They think that they God. They have like a godlike mentality, man, because they're in their kingdom. But we're going to have all this stuff in the kingdom. But it's going to be given to us spiritually. And it's going to be way better than the shit they coming up with.
To lock in on content and to scan text and to see graphics floating in space in front of you.
It's not just about
So they getting rid of the phone. Because what do I need a phone anymore to text you when I could just look at you? Or I could just send it to you. Right? And then eventually this technology, and we're going to prophesy again, eventually this technology, even this contact lens, is going to be upgraded to something even better than this, which is going to be a chip in your forehead. You ain't got to take a lens in and out your eye, man. You're going to have a chip that's going to be in your brain, and you could go on the internet, the World Wide Web. You could connect to it just with thoughts, just with thinking it. You could calculate these things without a lens on your eye, just with thinking it. They're doing it in phases, man. In the same way this company is working on this technology, there's many other companies out there working on technologies. They're going to come at you from every angle to tempt you into taking a chip some way, somehow.
getting the display running. Is not just about getting the radio running, but it's getting all of them together.
I think from here going forward, the plan always has been to build this prototype of product, to incorporate all or as many of the features that we know are important for product, incorporate them all into a real system.
Today's milestone is just the first step in many to prove the potential of Mojo Lens, the things that it's going to be able to do for people, whether it's giving them the right information at the right time, or eventually be...
It says Edison is on the way, ETA 5 minutes.
Being able to show them information about themselves and their...
Silver BMW, I think it had the license plates number on it. I don't know how you control it. Maybe it's just with thought. But like the elder said, he said all this shit's going to be destroyed. Because it is going to be destroyed. I mean, what's that? Psalms chapter 10. He boasts of his heart's desire. This is his heart's desire. He only going to get so far. All these different designs he's trying to make with the cars going all electric. The chips. He only going to get so far, man. So you can't get afraid and be like, man, we finna be here. We got to wait till Esau bring out this technology. We going to be here another 20, 50 years. Even if we is here another 50 years, prophecy will be fulfilled, man. But he's getting close to the end because he's not going to, the Lord say he's going to cut the time short, or there will be no flesh saved for the elect's sake.
Their physical and mental health.
We like to say that seeing is believing because there's a lot of people that just need to see it with their own eyes.
Yeah, this is science fiction. We can just show you.
Hey, man, Esau is behind this technology, man.
Their physical and mental health.
Well, we like to say that seeing is believing because there's a lot of people that just need to see it with their own eyes.
Yeah, this is science fiction. We can...
And who you think, and what you think is inside this? It's a chip. Esau's carnal. Like he said, seeing is believing. He's carnal. We're spiritual. We didn't have to see Noah's Ark to believe in it. We didn't have to see Moses split the Red Sea to believe in it. We didn't have to see the Lord walk on water to believe in it. We're spiritual, but Esau don't think that way. He's carnal. He's, what he say? He said, seeing is believing, man. This thing is a gigantic chip, man, or as many little small chips inside of it. This is what we're talking about. How can you not see that the mark of the beast is a chip yet? If you can't see it, then the Lord just got you closed off, man. Today, look at the technology. All the technology he coming with has a chip in it, some way, somehow. So eventually, you don't think that he's just gonna put the chip in you, right? Look at that. That's it. The chip. That's a chip. Whatever form he may come by, and it's always Esau behind this shit, man. Esau or Moab behind this shit. You ain't seeing Israelites and shit that's making new groundbreaking technology that could do shit like this. Now, they probably work for some of the companies, don't get that fucked up, but really Esau is the mastermind behind this shit because this is his new world order. This is what it's going to be. But in order to do this, he has to kill billions of people because the grid, that the system that he's going to make can't support billions and billions, 8 billion people. So he has to get rid of billions and billions, and then he could come with all this great technology, AI technology. They don't need as many people on the earth because that's taking up more oil. That's taking up more. It's just more work and more stress on the grid. Right? Now let's let this play. Watch this.
Just show you.
You see that right there? 2022 Mojo Vision. This is here. It says Mojo Lens availability is subject to regulatory approvals and clearance, man. It's not available for commercial sale, not yet. But people, this is going to be going on the market pretty soon, man. You give them enough time, this shit is going to be on Amazon. You're going to be able to order these things, man. Imagine how the world would look with everybody walking around with these lenses. Then imagine how the world would look with everybody walking around with chips in their body. This is what John seen, man. This is what he was prophesying about, and this is what we're prophesying about today. This is coming, so keep the faith, man. We almost there to the end. With that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom.